Alright, you people, welcome back to, what am I doing? Oh yeah, drawing, visual library, I'm legally blind, blah blah. Funny title! Oh yeah, if you don't know who I am, I'm Viggy. I'm attempting to become one of the greatest of all time, or just a really good draftsman in art by actually following the good artist's advice, by practicing the fundamentals, right? Uh, I guess that's my little channel fucking, what is it? What the hell is it called? Fuck, I can't think right now. Anyways, yeah, that's who I am. Watch me draw along. Main thing, draw along, become good, get good with me, right? Or keep me on the background, give me retention, blah blah blah. Like, subscribe. Anyways, let's get to it. I haven't drawn in a couple days because I had busy things. Fuck off, my fucking iPad, bro. Suck my dick. Anyways, there it is. Anyways, I'm gonna keep practicing the form of this gun. It's the C22. For any of you who are curious and would like to draw along, but right now what I need to do is practice getting the dude. When I watch Kim Jong-gi draw, right, he's literally recreating lines like this so perfectly, it's hilarious. So that's what I want to do, just as just as an aside. But right now what I need to do is calculate. So this one comes down like that, maybe that one goes like that. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Maybe that one was a bit inaccurate. And then this one is more that, and then we can bring it. That's pretty inaccurate. Yeah, that's see, if it's really difficult. Right now I'm just gonna practice the form. Right, so we just need to get, what is it, this one, right? Yeah, this one right here. Bring it all the way across. This is really good practice. And zooming out, I need to keep, again, reinforcing that perspective to myself. Right now I'm just practicing aligning. And this, what is this? This is basically a manipulated contour. This is contour manipulation. So lots of errors, which is fine. Main thing is my lines are the lines are the biggest issue right now, right? The lines are actually what's stopping me from being able to do this as well as I would like. So it's important to keep my hand relaxed. Right, this is more actually angled like that, so it's not as drastic as I have it here. And that is much longer, and this is double the length. There you go. Maybe this size isn't too bad. Yeah, if I can draw a gun at this size, maybe it's not too bad. But again, you should think about the form that I make. Right? This one comes just a little bit out like that. I think the thing I struggle with the most right now is just keeping, well, it's everything, but it's keeping the perspective in mind while I also keep the contours aligned, right? So that was incorrect. I should have done that because I forgot that existed, and then that one. Okay, so I should have gotten that one as well. So yeah, a lot of mistakes there. And then again, this one slightly juts out like so. Not too slight. Wait, this was incorrect. This is not the line I should have connected. It should have been this line. Okay, so I made a lot of mistakes. So we should honestly just ignore this and move on to doing it again. Because if I already made such a glaring mistake, which probably you won't understand, but I do, then it's best to just try again, right? So let's do an angle like this. Like that, and then try to keep the perspective in mind. Okay, maybe that's not too bad. Yeah, okay. And then I gotta calculate it. This one will. Okay, maybe that's more accurate. Nope. There's a bit of an issue there. This is too long. But either way. And I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah. So it's like that. Gotta make sure it counts for that. Comes down a little bit like that, following this plane. And then there's that cut. Right, and then same. Oh, and then yeah. And then it's essentially going out like that. Brings it back over, brings this up. Like that. Oh, okay, see? There you go. And then we have, there you go, this plane, and that plane. Something like that, right? And I don't think we see the other part. Okay, so even if gotta try to keep the perspective in mind as constantly as possible. Try to think. Okay, and then this, we gotta connect this like so, and then if this is, the plane's going slightly backwards, so it's just like that. Yeah, cool. So that's essentially the gist of the form, which I'm going to keep practicing because everything else on top of that is super easy to understand. But something here is not right. Is it? Let me zoom in. Oh, fuck. God damn it, I hate. iOS has gotten to shit, man. The gallery is garbage now. The Photos app is annoying. My hand smells really bad. My left hand specifically. So, Apple needs to get their shit together. And that's in the incorrect perspective. Well, that's because this isn't aligned, so that's always going to be the incorrect. I need to stop murmuring. That's always going to be in the incorrect perspective. But I hope you're all having fun drawing along. Likely nobody's even watching this at this point, but if you are... Oh, this is incorrect perspective. Yeah, this should have been going... Yeah, I made it fucking go this way. What the hell? I should have continued this path. So the perspective's all fucked, but let's try to keep thinking about it logically. Right, so it's this one. It's going back, down, and out. Like so. And it comes back out like this. So it beats it out slightly. Then we're back over here. Because this one is that. There you go. I should have made it a little bit longer. It's like that type of cutout, right? And that's, yeah, this is a bit off. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm gonna try that again. There's a lot of little things to get understood. But yeah, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do that as well. Goodbye. Yeah, I definitely need to really focus on continuing to visualize this, right? It's interesting, to say the least. Let me look at the other reference. Yeah, so obviously I'm drawing it slightly different compared to the other reference, compared to the other reference. But again, I'll get to drawing this gun properly over time, right? Today is probably gonna be the last day because I'm gonna hopefully draw for 3 hours today. It's probably gonna be the last day I'm spending as much mental energy as I have, but it's important because this is how I'm gonna visualize. Right? I really just want to get my ability to visualize as improved as I can, right? And that comes with, let's see, yeah, and that just comes with, I guess, trying my best, obviously, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what the entire plan of this thing is. This is very long, right? This top part is very long. I didn't make this long enough, right? If I look at my other examples over here, I feel as if the best one that represented what it should be like. That's my fucking the dick I drew. It's probably this, maybe no, maybe not that one. I don't know. I feel as if they're all shit. So slowly they'll get better, hopefully, right? But again, I gotta visualize. I gotta really think ahead. So I think it's gonna be this long. Yeah, it's gonna be ending around there. This will be, because it's all in relation to the other part of it. Like this essentially sets the precedent for how big this thing is gonna be, right? Which is why I gotta get my lines a lot cleaner so I can draw smaller and retain the quality. Right? Again, Kim Jong-il is able to draw essentially a gun with extremely crisp lines at this size. Well, not at that size, but at that size, right? And it's insane. It's fucking insane because he's able to create such clean lines. Funny enough, just kind of how I'm doing right now. But I guess his are more consistent, right? So that's what I need to be able to do. Okay. So I need to visualize this. This is the box. This is the Y that I've established. I need to be able to calculate, right? So I need to calculate the planes that it's going alongside to come out, to come down. So I need to be able to see that. And this one here needs to also slightly come out right around there. Right? Because if I slightly like that, I guess. Okay, and then what's going on? Oh, this is actually wrong. This should have been like that. There you go. I was like, what the fuck? It's not even attached to the plane correctly. And well, I can actually, hopefully, there you go. Make that decently long. And then again, this thing here. Okay, so actually I shouldn't have drawn this line first because there might have been a bit of overlap from this angle. Being able to visualize that is important too. Right. Because this is going to go inwards, like so. Continue out, and then go outwards, outwards like that. This is the sort of cutout. Something like that. And then this one also has this cutout coming out. And then we have this meeting with that. It's all sorts of fucked, actually. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I'm going to stop here. Because again, once you lose it, it's just better to try again from a different perspective, I think. Maybe if I start at the hardest part, actually. So maybe if I start here, right? And then we something like that. Yeah, maybe if we start here. Maybe fucking the voice crack. Maybe if we start here, then let me look at the other reference as an example. Okay, I think I have. I love how I always say I think I have an understanding, so that's wrong. Yeah, but I love how I say that. I'm like, I think I understand it now. And then we all know I don't understand it, so. Yeah, something like that, right? And then something like this. I'm trying to think. And then where does this go? Because I'm trying to essentially reverse engineer this, I guess. Is it so like that? Wait, no, let me think. So if this was my contour, and then I brought it out. Okay, so out. Something like that. This is obviously where it's extremely important to have my fucking perspective, because none of this makes sense now. So that's incorrect as well. Right? Super, super difficult to try to understand this. But I'll just keep trying, because that's all I can do, right? Again, the most important thing I really want to keep trying to do is get my understanding of the contours and visualizing perspective, because it's really difficult to do that. Did I fuck something up here? I feel as if I already fucked something up here. Oh, the minor axis is off. Okay, let's leave that. Making these mistakes is good. Alright, yeah, making these mistakes is good. Gotta stop remembering. Making these mistakes is good. But yeah, this is why I encourage you fuckers to draw along. Because there's no way you're getting a shit ton of value just from me murmuring to myself as I figure this out. I mean, if this is helpful, this is helpful, right? By all means, if this is helping you understand how people think about plane changes, practicing guns, blah blah blah, all that shit. Like, if that's very helpful for you, wonderful. You know, I'm very glad that it's very helpful, right? But at the same time, I would hope that you also draw along, just for your own benefit. Okay, let me think about these plane changes. What's happening here? So it's going along that plane, and then we're calculating it along this plane, and then we're bringing it down. And this one is slightly out. Yeah, and of course I'm drawing over because that's something I need to work on. Nice. So there's that. It. There we go. And then we can. There you go. So this. And then we have the plane, which again, if I have to think about the perspective and how everything is aligned, it's more like that. Then it juts in or out? Oh, out. Yeah. Because we need to have enough space for the rest of that. And there you go. Then, yeah, this comes following that contour. Right? And then we have this contour. Like so, and then we're back here. And then again, it's slightly jutting out while it's a bit too small. It's way too small. Like that. And then we go back out. This one is... There you go. It's a bit more accurate. Guess let me draw it again where there's more space. Yeah, lots of trial and error. It's so much a trial and error. But this is how we grow. I like this size. I think this size is a good size. What I'm establishing right here. It's a pretty good size. Slightly above average. It's still powerful. Very, very wieldy. There you go. I think this is honestly the size I should retain, but of course with that comes practicing proportion. I think it barely fits, right? And again, I gotta think about the entire box as I do this. Because it really has to go far if I think about the proportion-wise. There you go. It could be a bit further, right? And then let me just get this part done. Gotta think about the plane, which is this one, so it's coming in like that. We have the pill shape, which is of course also in perspective. Then it is slightly in that this plane right here. And then we got to keep the perspective in mind. It's always about keeping the perspective in mind. Right. That was a fucky line right there. But again, if we just do our best to keep that perspective going to the best of our ability. Right. It's not perfect because that's not aligned. And this isn't aligned either, so I could have made that go down a bit more. So these are good errors to make. Errors, right? It's already fucked it up here, right, with that line. But then we just got to take this even further back. Trying to always keep that perspective. mind, make it go. See what's happening at the back there. Okay, yeah, it's aligned with this plane. So, and then it's obviously going a bit backwards, so it's more like that. Yeah, and then we have this right here. Okay, so if this is the plane again, to calculate in our mind roughly, it's like that. I think. I'm not too sure, but I think. Right, and that's the problem, thinking. Okay. So, I believe it makes sense. Let's obviously add this to keep reinforcing that perspective. Damn, my ellipses are getting worse. What the fuck? They used to be better, I swear. And then this entire thing, right? Okay, so if that's the perspective I've established, then it's going like this, going down, then outwards a little. So this is like that. Well, does that really need to be as long? No, it did not. It did not need to be that long. So we'll make this shorter as a compensation. Good, I'm starting to visualize this a bit better, which is helpful. There you go. And there's the cutout. There's the cutout. Okay, and then I made it like that. Then if so, if something like what the fuck would that look like on the other side? Hold up. Otherwise, it's just one side of the plane, which doesn't make sense. This is jutting out, so I need to do this. Oh no, we wouldn't see it. Never mind. Yeah, we wouldn't see it, because then it would be something. Yes, okay, it'd be something like that. Coming out. I'm just thinking out loud right now. I'm just trying to figure out what this plane addition would look like on the other side. I don't believe we'd see it. It's not as if it's jutting out so gigantically, but I do have to figure it out, right? So it's jutting out, coming out, going down. So it'd be something like this. What did I do here? I went all the way back, so all the way back. Right. Then I went out, going down. So okay, it'd be like that. This one would be slightly. Okay, I think it makes sense. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going in my mind, but it's fine. Anyways, let me rest my brain, and then we'll continue onwards. Great. Now, I honestly, again, the proportions here are a bit off, but I really don't want to draw the gun this big, right? Ideally, the gun itself should be around this size. Like, I would want the entirety of the gun to be like this, right? Something like that. And that's roughly how big it looks. Actually, it's a bit bigger than that. So yeah, I would want the entirety of the gun to be something like this. Or the top half. Like, I'd want the top to be like that, and then the bottom is obviously going to be something smaller, right? But whatever. That's basically how I want it. I want an extreme level of fidelity with my marks, which is why I'm focusing on the line, right? But I want an extreme level of fidelity with the marks, and I want this to be the proportion, because that's gonna be great at the end of the day. Again, right? It's just gonna encourage cleaner mark making. At least I feel as if for me, right? So let's keep focusing on that. You know, let's not draw it that big. Plus, I want to practice just seeing the entire thing in the box. This is a huge box to try to visualize. I want to try putting it in a smaller box, right? So let's. I want to do it in a different angle and a difficult angle. So if that's my reference, not this exactly, but you know, proportionally speaking, if that's my reference, how long has it been? Fuck, it's already been half an hour. God damn it, bro. This is the worst part of Buffalo State. This is you fucking lose track of time, right? But so this is basically the box I'm putting it in, right? So let me. It's great. I'm really gonna focus on. I really gotta focus on the box. Cool. And then we'll obviously. Okay. So yeah, this is again, it's very difficult, but if I can get this level of fidelity down, calculating all the tiny little proportions that I'm trying to create. Then yeah, having impeccable line work will just be the norm, right? And I need to be able to see the grid and understand which part of the grid I'm looking at all times. So over here, it should be something like that, maybe. No. Something like that, maybe. And again, it's very difficult to always think about that box, but this is the main goal. The thing is, all of this gets a million times easier once I can just see the grid. Because if I can just see the grid, I literally never have to think about where I'm putting it, right? It's the main point of all of this. It's just to be able to see the lines and then establish it based off of that. And it makes sense why these artists really emphasize thinking just about the perspective, right? So and obviously I shouldn't have done that there. Just trying to think ahead. Cool. And I know this is super small, but I think this is literally what I want to do, so it's fine. So we'll bring this roughly around here, because that is roughly how long it is. And if I think about the perspective lines, what I've established thus far, this is very difficult to think about, but I think intuitively should be so if that's the perspective, this is going in. Hold up, this is the plane that's going in against. Okay, yeah, so this makes sense. So does this make sense? Because now that is connecting here, so it's diagonal, right? And then this also makes sense. Nice. And then this is the main connection happening right here, which actually we don't even we shouldn't have had that line, so that's fine. There you go. So this line shouldn't have existed because it's indicating form that's unnecessary to indicate. And down here we have these, and then I just gotta, I'm trying to focus on keeping my hand really stable as well. I think this is diverging, actually I should have made it a bit better angled, but again here, so if that's the perspective that I'm trying to keep in mind is this one, right? This is the perspective, so if this, okay, which way is this going in? If I compare it to the plane, compared to the plane, it just seems to be jutting in normally. That's incorrect, but it's fine for what it is now. Okay, that should have been a bit higher. It's a bit off. It's actually decently off, but I made a very, very concentrated effort, which is what I'm proud of. Right? We can only be proud of ourselves for the effort we make, not for the outcome. So there you go. Yeah, this is just an extremely hyper fucking manipulated. This is contour manipulation on many, many sides, plus a subtraction. That's why there's a lot of complicated perspective things going on here, right? Contour manipulation on the bottom, right? A subtraction within that contour manipulation. So yeah, lots to think about. Okay, let me rest my brain. Wonderful. And yeah, fucking time is flying, but this is so fun. Oh, I'm having such a good time. And the great thing is I'm just gonna rest my brain after I'm done this hour bout, and I'll be jumping straight back into this. So, I'm recording right now. All right, that was just my sister trying to come in, but I have told her to fuck off. Anyway, let me rest my brain. Definitely got to keep working on visualizing the entire form, right? But I think that'll hopefully come with time. But anyways, let's I guess we can try it from the top. I haven't done that drastic of an angle from over here yet, but I definitely got to keep visualizing when I'm trying to draw, because that obviously comes with keeping the perspective in mind. Not making my lines as shit as they are right now. So I fucked up the perspective a little, but let's just do this first, because that's the main thing. There we go. Right, it follows that. So, like so, and then we bring it down. And then there's this, which again, if I just think about the plane, this is actually amazing, because I have to think about so many different things. So that line was a mess up, which is good. Should have been more curved. I think right around here is where, yeah, something like that. Okay. And the back end is obviously just keeps going. Okay, so this is definitely a great size for me to work with, because I can think about all the different things I want to think about. Just gotta relax my hand a bit more. I think it's decently relaxed, but it could be better, right? Maybe the perspective's a bit off too, but same thing here. If I just think about the plane that I've introduced, have it run along that, come down, and then run along this one, should be roughly around here. And then this is slightly jutting outwards, very slightly. Maybe a bit more, but still, it's nothing intense. And then this is back to the same perspective. That line was a mess up. But yeah, this tiny little I'm trying to visualize the actual entirety of the thing, so things are a bit more consistent. Oh, it should have been connecting to that, so it's connecting to that. And then we have this bottom part. Okay, so I think I'm getting slightly better. This one, this little cutout right here. Right. Cool. Obviously, I need to think about the spacing much more, but let's try again. It's this fine balance of visualizing it while also thinking about the perspective, right? Genuinely a fine balance of that. And of course, making sure the contours actually align, which is another big thing, right? Yeah, really, 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 really good for practicing spatial reasoning, which is honestly the main test for all of these, right? Like, it's more for me about practicing spatial reasoning than it is about anything else. So something like that, I think. Something like that, hopefully. Lines could be much, a million times better, but there we go. And I think I'm kind of fucking up the perspective here because I should only be seeing the left side. But it's what it is. Actually, no, this is roughly 1 point perspective, so I think I can see both sides. Right? Slightly leaning back, so I guess that's fine. And same thing here, right? Where it's comes in, it's jutting in a bit, and then cool. So obviously a very unorthodox perspective, but really what I'm trying to do is just reinforce my knowledge of the different plane changes and just really try to visualize how it would look, right? Because again, what's happening here is, oh well, that was wrong, but I think I can actually fix that. Yeah, see, thankfully, because my perspective understanding is decent, I actually know how to work around any mistakes that may occur. See, these are the plane changes occurring. This one just keeps going blah 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 all the way, and then right here is where this still stays in perspective, but then this one is obviously way bigger. Cuts over there, and then we have, if that's like that, then this is just connecting there. There you go. And boom. There you go. Slowly but surely starting to visualize it more, which is also important, right? There you go. Cool. And that's the shape we are. Oh, low power mode. Let me just fucking plug my battery in. Right? And this is the plane, this is the box, and I'm just filling in the ellipse, which is way too fucking big. Jesus Christ. So that's good. That's a mistake as well. Yeah, these are some fucking amazing mistakes that are happening. I'm gonna rest my brain, and then now we're gonna increase the complexity, because now that I've gotten a decent grasp of the size as well as the plane changes that are occurring, what's left is to add, before I rest my brain, is to add this thing. This little shape right here, which is essentially, like if this is the box, then it's just going outwards, right? And if this is the perspective, then it's also going outwards, right? But what's happening again? Let me see. Yeah, it's essentially connecting like, because it's going straight and then out, right? So it's like this. That. And the other side is actually, this is the scope. Right, so that shape goes right here. I probably made it look difficult to understand now, and then the other one is pretty simple. It's just following along this, and then this, right? And then it curves a little here, goes down, curves a little here, goes down. That one could have been better. And then it's just much larger. It goes around the back. And how this is supposed to work, from my knowledge, is that this needs to be aligned in the middle of this, right? So it's much thinner, actually. Yeah, it's much thinner. And this actually ellipse in the back for the scope, if we were to just do it from the back, right, it actually takes up almost the entirety of it. So that's good to know as well. But that seems to be it. So this needs to be much thinner, yeah. Okay, cool. Let me rest my brain, and then we will increase the complexity, which is always fun. So, yeah, I encourage you all to also rest your brain if you've been working equally as hard as I have, or been equally as hard as I have. So let us continue after. What the fuck is this, an ad break? I guess this is an ad break. Fuck your resting with the ad break. There you go. When I get monetized, that's what I'll do. I'll be like, let's rest our brains, and I'll put an ad right there, and I'll be like, oh, Raid Shadow Legends. I don't even know if Raid Shadow Legends is still doing ads, but if they are, I hope they disturb your fucking your spacing effect. All right, wonderful. I'm back, I think. So we're just completely spaced out. That was a genuine spacing effect. I just kept. Well, technically, you're not supposed to think about anything, but I love thinking about art, so I was obsessively thinking about these contour and the simple shapes inside the contour. What's another difficult angle we can do? And funny enough, this is literally just the top part of the gun, right? I don't think I've met my requirement for this yet, but honestly, I think I just need to keep practicing these lines. These lines, right? Getting good at drawing tiny lines consistently. Is it necessary for me? Yes, it is, because I need to be able to see. Like, I need to be able to essentially draw this very finely. That's why I love this pen, because it will allow me to draw very fine, right? But maybe I can just practice a little bit of the top part here. So if we do that in, I don't know what perspective, I guess this perspective, where it's going like that, we should make it a bit more difficult. Yeah, let's do it like this. And let me start here, actually, this time around. So that gives me a nice sense of proportion, right? There you go. Now that's going to be very difficult to make. That's an error. There go. Guess it wasn't supposed to be this big, but that's what we've done now. So there you go. That seems to be fine. Right. I do need to still constantly think about that box. That's the only thing that genuinely I need to, not even the box, just the plane that it resides in. Even that would be a huge step up. Right? Because even just getting down the plane that it resides in would be immensely useful. Oh wait, that's wrong. I had the right perspective the first time. Okay, so I could have made this a lot longer. I could have made that a lot longer, and then this one comes down. Like that. Yeah, so I actually understand this very well now. Which is good. Oh, and then I was supposed to do something like this. Again, thinking about the planes is the most difficult part because I'm also trying to obviously think ahead and memorize the little differences that are occurring. Right. So yeah, that's already uneven. And that's okay. Because I'm just trying to figure it out as we go. It's mainly about keeping the perspective in mind. I mean, I say the same shit over and over, but that's really all it is. Quote unquote, all it is. Right? It's a bit better. Okay. So it wasn't aligned exactly like I wanted it to be. And we have that cut out here. This is good though. This is good. Making a lot of mistakes, which is honestly pivotal to growth, right? And honestly, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a break from this specifically, and I'm just gonna do a warming up break, quote unquote, which is just gonna be me practicing my lines, right? And me practicing really, really tiny lines. Practicing just doing something like this, like drawing those shapes. Because at the end of the day, what I need to do is be able to produce something like this in really fine detail without any mistakes, right? And it all comes from clean lines, And again, obviously, I need to keep the perspective in mind whilst I do this. Consistency as well. There you go. And then just something like that, right? This will connect here. We will bring this all the way back. I'm definitely getting better, for sure. There's a lot of little things that need work. I think my sister just left somewhere. Just as an aside, I guess. Yeah, so perspective actually is definitely getting better. But the lines, Mario, the lines. Who's Mario? I don't know, but I like the accent. It's me. Actually, no, fuck it. We'll just keep doing this. Why do I need to practice lines when I'm doing that right now? He saw the cope. Let's just keep the perspective consistent. So that wasn't bad. I know it's kind of. Oh wait, I forgot to. Yeah, so it's getting better for sure. Right, and then same thing here. Yeah, so I see what it looks like on the other side now. I actually understand that a lot better now, which is good as well. So yeah, I can definitely keep it within this. So it is the lines. It's purely the lines that need work, which is great because I understand the form now. I understand the plane changes that are occurring, and I understand. Well, I said I wanted to add these, so let me actually just add that. Something like that, and then this one is. What is this one? Yeah, so let's be aligned with that. Yeah, see, we're already getting more gun-like here. There you go. That's the shape. And it's been an hour and 2 minutes. So, should I leave it at this? Yeah, I have no problem with leaving it. Leaving it? The fuck? Leaving it at this. It's crazy to think I've already invested 5 hours at this point into practicing just the top part of this gun, right? The back of this page was already 3 hours, which is crazy. I think, yeah, more than 5 hours at this point I've put into understanding this. But I think this is a great addition to my gun knowledge repertoire, right? So, and oh yeah, I should probably also add this as well, the block in the middle, which actually helps a lot in understanding the perspective, because it's just this. It's in the middle, comes through. There you go. Look at that. That looks so much more like a fucking gun part now. Holy shit. Even though the lines are shoddy, it's overlapping with some other lines, blah blah blah, but that looks so much better. Yeah, and it's all because I have an understanding of the form and the cutouts that are occurring. Oh, and I also obviously need to practice getting these in now as well, right? Like that. Yeah, there you go. That already looks like a gun. So much more like a gun. Holy shit. So, yeah, wonderful. Fucking wonderful. And once I'm able to draw this small, I'll practice drawing it a bit larger here and there, right? Because that's also going to be a really good practice for perspective. So I'm contemplating whether I should leave the visual library practice, this little block that I have yonder, reference drawing, right? Can you guys see that? Yeah, reference drawing. I'm wondering, because it's been 5 hours roughly of this, maybe even 6 hours of practicing this, if I should leave it at this and continue onwards to. Oh no, I'm still at block 1. Yeah, because I really, really, really fucking want to get to this beginner roadmap of block 2. Because now I'm not just going to be doing it for like an hour, because before I was doing it like an hour and then the next day a different thing and the next day a different thing, which is why I was going through all these blocks, these 8 blocks super fast, right? But now I genuinely just want to, as everybody seems to recommend, and the main thing is just spend as much time on the thing until I finish it. So I want to finish the beginner roadmap in the next block, and obviously by the end of the year, right? So, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get to the portrait and the figure and all that stuff, hands, until the end of the year. But I know when I do get to it, my spatial reasoning will be a lot better, which is the main point of all of this, right? But either way, I mean, I guess I'm just going on a tangent now, but I think I'm going to call it for this one. I'm going to figure out whether I want to continue the guns or if I want to move on to the next block. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you all had fun drawing as I did, because it was genuinely very fun. Again, these pages never look like much because it's just garbage in the sense of, you know, you're slowly trying to understand things and get better. But it's personally for me, I love it. It's so fun. It's a great way to practice. But yeah, and what the fuck am I even trying to say? Yeah, anyways, like, subscribe, right? I hope you had fun, all that shit. Do like, seriously, fucking like if you're here at this point, like the goddamn video. It helps with engagement. I'm trying to, I'm trying to retire my family and build generational wealth with this channel. So with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing and please give me money. Thank you.